it's weird because it's not like a base level sponsorship wherever you just like put somebody's sticker on your car and then you get discount. It becomes that you're proud to represent that brand for because of everything they stand for.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
But yeah, to go back with NAPA, I found it hilarious because like I said, I didn't know how much they knew about us.
Clap.
Huh? What do you mean clap?
Clap.
Sync the audio.
Oh, fucking Christ. Welcome to 881 Casting Cows. Once again, I'm JC.
Paul?
And I'll finish my story now, you fucking... Okay, so yeah, I didn't know how much they knew about us. So, like you said, everything at 881 revolves around, like, drifting at scales, right? So, scales on... So I didn't know how much he did this research. So for like the first couple months, I think we tried to hide it. Like we tried to like appear like
under wraps.
Huh?
Keep it under
Yeah,
wraps.
keep it under.
Strictly videos of Mark.
Yeah. So at one point, like the owner texted me. He texted me and was like, "Do you think you can go drift around my trucks at scales?" I was like, "All right, then we're good." I wanted to park like his fucking his park truck there so I could do his kids around it. Fucking Brent is awesome. It's
yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you took him for that ride along
Yeah.
last year, I think, when me and you were tandeming with him in the
I saw
in the
him.
car.
I didn't know he had a boat. So funny story. He has like a fucking a floater. It's like a setup wherever you can it's like picnic table and you can like have drinks and it's built on barrel. It's fucking sick. So we're in process of maybe moving shops, and the shop that we're gonna use is his personal shop.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
he has like his quads and all that shit, and he has that boat. But anyway, so I didn't know at that point that he had that boat, and I just saw his truck. I was like, is that Brent? And he showed up and he parked his boat like on the side so he can stand up on the fucking pontoon boat and watch us drifting. I took him for a ride, and I made sure to give him like an actual fucking ride. I went so close to the pole that I'm pretty sure I got wrapped on the and I was coming like from the washroom all the way around.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just fucking locked up the front brake and just dove right into the pole. I never seen Brent scream until that fucking time. It was hilarious.
Full panic mode, eh?
Oh man, but like I said, I didn't know how much. I don't want to expose too much about when my car, we brought it down to Napa for the photo shoot for whenever they reopen it. So
After our 4 a.m. wrap mission.
okay, a little bit of context because we never really talked about that before. But like I said before, my car is sponsored by Napa Fort McMurray, right? So we my car took probably a year and a half to build, and somebody was supposed to do a wrap. I don't want to throw him under the bus because he was doing it for free, and he was doing it super nicely.
Yeah,
But he runs a bit another business.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I mean?
runs a business. He's busy.
He doesn't have time. So I never held any grudge against him. But at that time I had to rip off the wrap and come up with something because I needed something because Brent texted me, was like, what's the odds that we can get your car down there so we can do like a photo shoot for the reopening of the Napa location that got flooded a couple of years before, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's how I really got to know you because we were like wrapping my car.
Yeah, like we were friends before that, but like we weren't like we are now. Like how like much closer we are now. Like that point, it was just kind of like we knew each other, and like I knew like Josiah and them a bit more, but like
But then it happened like how much? I think we had 2 weeks notice, and I had to order the material, and I had to get the sticker cut.
Yeah.
So like the material came quick, and for a week straight, we were like 8 in the shop just fucking wrapping for fucking 24 hours, and I think we just hit the deadline, or
Oh yeah, I think it was the night before
we were
your
wrapping
car-
the last bumpers.
Yeah, like the night before your car was supposed to go to Napa, we were there. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
It
Like,
was
the car had to be on the car haul at like 4 hours, and we're sitting there still with wrap in our hands. Like, does this look good? Like, yeah, let's just put that on there.
It was so dumb. Like I didn't calculate enough black wrap to do the stripes, so we had to piece some together. Like you can't tell if you just look at it from a distance, but if you get close up, you can see like there's 2 layers of black wrap on one point.
Yeah,
but it was a fucking nightmare. So yeah, my car wasn't running because at the time I thought I blew my ACU up, which Link would never blow up.
By Link. We
By
only
Link.
run Link.
Yeah.
I actually run a Holly, but still, we only run Link.
But like, so I had a Storm G4, and so everywhere we could look at pointed towards like a blown ECU. So we were supposed to take that car to Mission, but we didn't. So we brought it down to Napa. So when was it? I don't remember when was it, but I remember it was because we brought it that twice. We brought it to Napa in the middle of the summer, and I think it was just me and my dad pushing the car in the trailer or something.
Yeah. Well, I think I had work the next day, so
Everybody, I was in the middle of the week.
it was like 4. It was like 4 a.m. and I'm like looking at the time, like I have to go to work in like an hour and a half. Like I have to leave.
It was the worst time. I think it was like a Wednesday.
Yeah, it was the most random day ever too.
So we brought it down. That was the first time I saw my car in the lights. I was like I was blown away, right? But all that to say, we went to the first location, which was a Napa that they were using as a temporary place.
The temporary one.
Yeah, so I parked the car on the side of the road, trying to make like a little prop there, so people are like, "Oh my god, what's this?" And they stop by and they go see Napa. So we loaded it back up in the trailer. Me and my dad again. I think Brent came out to try to, and Brent is like his size of Josh, right? So he's like he's a smaller dude. So
what you get offended for? You're little and you know it. Come on, man.
It was fucking hilarious. My 65-year-old dad and me and Brent trying to get the fucking car in the trailer.
And what trailer did you use?
Mark's.
Yeah, so like
I used Mark's truck and trailer.
So that's not a low trailer. Like
No.
we've like me, you, Ethan, and Josiah, I think, loaded your car in that trailer one time.
So that must have been the night before then, because because me and my dad loaded it up again, and we're fucking struggling, man. Like we were fucking.
Yeah, like I remember doing it, and like we were like already had the car halfway into the trailer, but like we couldn't get it in the rest, so we're like we got to get the rear of the truck on ramps maybe. So then we're like trying to push the car back.
Was that the second time in the winter?
Yeah, it was definitely winter because we were all slipping on the ice trying to load the car into the trailer.
So whenever we got the car back in, we left the Napa location in Franklin, is it? The main street?
Yeah, it was on Franklin.
Yeah, on Franklin. So we went down to their actual location, which is on King Street. And we drop it down, and you know what I mean? Like, they take pictures, they have champagne there, and they had, dude, I went there, I couldn't fucking believe it, they had their whole fleet out. Like, their fucking...
Yeah, I seen that in the pictures. Yeah.
Their delivery truck, their fucking parts truck. Man, it was big. Like, from me coming from like a small town and like think that you'll never be able to afford a car to be able to like see that, and you're like, dude, I was my jaw was dropping.
Yeah, their fleet makes the Napas where I come from look like.
Jesus
Like, what are our
Christ.
Napa delivery rigs? Toyota Echoes with the hat on the roof.
We use Versas.
Oh,
Nissan
really?
Versas now, and they got the little Napa hat on the roof. Like
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
delivery vehicles for our Napas back home.
Screwed down with decks.
I think
They still do that. They do that at the Napa Fort Mac, but they put sealant on the.
They don't hold.
I think Glace Bay has one Tacoma though, and it's 6-speed. It's actually
It's a Ranger. And
sure it's a Ranger.
We blew the transmission out of it while I was home on Christmas break.
Dude, those hats piss me off because like we wanted to buy a couple so we can put on the car. My thought was like it's probably like super strong magnet so we can just put it on the roof, but no, it's fucking screws, man.
I know a way to do that.
I know a way to do it. I thought about a way to do it, but they're also $300. But I'll try to finesse Brandon to giving us like an old one or yeah, because you're not supposed to be able to buy them, but like.
You can buy them off the Napa site. There's a card
Oh,
number for
I
it.
just
Is it
realized.
actually?
Yes.
I just realized, by the way, that the Tacoma I was thinking of was Safeway.
Safeway as a fucking delivery vehicle?
No, so back home, they're actually owned by the same company as like Bumper to Bumper is owned. It's Safeway Auto Parts.
Oh,
So like
okay.
my friend Josh that's coming out here right now, that's where he's quitting from, was Safeway. That's why I knew the Tacoma, because that was his delivery vehicle when he didn't have a DUI.
When he didn't have a DUI. East Coast thing, baby. But, okay, so we load up the car, we go to the King's King's place, we take, like, all those pictures, super cool. And Brenda's like, look at me, like, what are the odds that we can bring your car to the SNI? So the SNI is probably like what 500 meters away from there.
Yeah,
But the
half
thing-
K,
Yeah,
not even.
but the thing is, it's on public road. So I'm like, yeah, well, we can load it back in the trailer. He's like, oh, don't worry about that. We can pull you with one of the truck. My car's not plated. It's not running. It has a huge NAPA sticker on the door, and I'm getting pulled by a NAPA Auto Parts truck. It was fucking
Disclaimer: we are
hilarious.
professional.
Dude, it was
I
fucking
promise.
hilarious. It's like those dude. A lot of people come like whenever they first approach us to work on shit. Like let's say a racetrack or a brand. Brent approached us before, and they told us you guys are the most professional drift team in Alberta. I was like, if they knew half the shit that we actually do.
Are you sure?
Oh,
I don't know what you're holding up behind the camera there.
Is the show it? The sticker. This is gonna be a shameless plug. I don't work with them, so whatever. Sticker app. You ever? It's like the. Okay. We're about to release those, by the way. If you like them, so
Buy our merch,
Buy our
please.
we spend too much money on equipment. We don't have food for the rest of the month. But huh?
Please, our cars don't run.
Yeah, please, finance my bill there. Like a link to my GoFundMe page. But yeah, it's like you ever seen the KBD one? Like the instructions?
Oh yeah, with the bot.
Yeah, he just
head
throws
up,
it
yeah.
in the sun. It's the same kind of shit. It's just funny. But yeah, we have a bunch of new designs that are coming out. Like that's a new one we're gonna release. Like you remember the one the Mickey Mouse looking one? Yeah. That one I like them a lot.
Which one's that? I don't think I've seen that one.
There's one on the dash of Josh BMW. It's like a black and red with the yellow writing.
I have one at the house.
I'll have to. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I like those, but I never. Okay, it's so
JC never releases stickers.
He releases them to us.
we have so many sticker designs that are on our cars. We have spares laying around. They've never seen market. So we promise we will hold him to releasing these ones.
Oh man, it's so bad. It is the fucking truth, man. We were talking off camera. I have like a huge ADHD, right? So I like to create, but I suck at putting it out there, like marketing it. So I like those design. There's fucking 4 other designs there. There's NAPA design there. Like I have like probably 80 design that are ready to go, and I printed like test runs, but I just never fucking made them public to you.
Yeah, ready to go was the big thing. They're ready to go.
They were
but
like,
will they go?
They're like they're literally in a fucking drawer at the shop. Like there's a pile like this thick of fucking sticker, but I never released them.
Bought a car off you. It was the dash.
It was filled.
2 stacks.
Yeah, there was 2 stacks, like 2 fucking huge stack of stickers. But there was one on that one that I didn't like. I make them and I produce them just to see how they come out, right? But that's one thing we gotta get good this year. The merch, because like I'm big into like I talked to you guys before about it. I'm really big into having like a good quality shirt that's not too expensive.
Yeah, that's one of our
We're gonna have
biggest
a
things. Like,
conversation after this about that too.
perfect, because like I put like 4 guys in the team into that subject, because like I as much as I learned that the hard way too. Like much as I like to do everything, I need to start being able to like ask for help kind of shit.
yeah,
You know what I
100%.
mean? Because like I don't have all the time in the world either. And we're so busy right now. I mean, we have an event coming up.
Yeah,
2 events coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, but there's huge plans for merch, but to get everything rolling is like
It takes
it takes a bit, right? Like we want to get some samples done and us
Yeah.
actually wear them a little bit and wear them in, see how they work.
much they hold.
Because like we don't want any. What
The fuck are you doing?
what are you doing, man? Anyways, we don't want to release like our first line of like merch that we're doing ourselves and have it not be up to par with what we want, right? Like
That's the thing. Like we released a lot of merch before, and the quality of the shirt changed, and it's not far from Good's problem. It was a supply problem, and so whenever we first came out with merch, our goal was to keep it as affordable as possible. Yeah, like the one Josh is wearing. I don't know why I'm not wearing any merch right now. But
Josh, come on screen for a second.
Yeah, come on. But like
Josh's first appearance.
Yeah, Mr. Ladies and
Look at the
gentlemen,
stash,
Josh
bro.
Like,
Yeah, turn around. Show your back.
Yeah.
Show your back.
back.
So that's the latest design we did. It's like a rip-off of the original one that we ever did.
But like, I love those
We have
that
to
hoodie.
keep these.
We'll keep those.
I love
back.
that.
I
that
know
hoodie.
which one we're gonna keep and which one we're not, and I want to start like printing in colors, like we were talking about, because
Yeah.
there's so much more that we can do.
Oh yeah, that opens a whole nother realm of what we can do at that point.
Fuck. And that was always a constraint, because like whenever we design the merch, we gotta keep in mind that Far From Good gotta print in different cutout and put the colors on top of it every time they do it, right? So, like all that to say that the merch is gonna come out, but like I said, whenever we did the first batch of merch, we were very concentrated on trying to make it as available as possible. So we were running at like fucking $2, not even $2 of profit. Like not like we made. I'm not scared to say it. We made like no money on merch. Because every time we drop something, we reinvest it in like doing free events, free foods.
Yeah, pretty much every time. Like I'd say, like I know I haven't been 881 for like very long. I haven't seen like all the finance side of anything yet, but I would say like with how much you guys actually spend on giving out to people, there's zero profit from anything.
No, and like.
And 881's never been about making a profit.
That's exactly
right?
it.
It's just a group of us that want to like do something with our passion, right? Like
The profit doesn't go to us.
No,
It never goes to us.
it never.
No,
like
nothing.
I said, I personally never made a cent off 881, and not like neither of the boys I've ever okay. Besides one thing, my computer crashed, and we used some of the money that we raised for what was it again? We sold some T-shirt, I think, at Northern Belt, and we use it to, like we always reinvest, right? Like those mics, the fucking the computer. So like like I said, Andrew never got paid. I never get paid whatever we do. Alex that does like that always do an appearance. He's from Art Castle Clothing, by the way. Shout out Alex, because he does a lot of free shit for us. As well.
yeah, Alex does a lot of good things. Like this year he did the like he usually does the like I did this year, where like you buy toys and stuff for kids.
Yes.
But this year, instead of doing it that way, he just decided to basically
a shit ton of
load up a truck and brought it to Thickwood Barbershop. I think it was Thickwood Barbershop.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but he loaded up a bunch of kids' clothing and stuff, and just all from his brand, and just gave it out.
It's funny because
Just
like
gave everything away.
We just had that conversation. Me, Andrew, and Alex. Like Alex is a friend of mine, right? So we hang out. Like we went to have a little fire in the wood there with Andrew. It's funny because we're talking about it. Like Alex ate shit for a while too. Whenever he started his first so Alex right now, fucking proud of him, by the way, to do that. He's able to contract himself to do shows.
Yeah.
And now he's like all around U.S., all around Canada.
Yeah, he was just in the States, I think.
He was recently. In I think Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, with
I think so.
Christian Martinez.
Yeah.
So and I said I told him like, we're gonna eat so much shit for a while, but we're gonna be able to do great things in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
100%.
Now it's starting that racetracks are starting to ask if we can throw events for them and shit like that. And everywhere I go, like I try to get Alex involved with us, because Alex is just fucking like. First of all, he's an amazing showman.
Oh yeah,
he
he knows how to get the crowd hyped up, right? Like
fucking Christ, man. He's the most like low key shy person whenever you first meet him.
Yeah.
Get him on a bike. Ooh.
Yeah, he's a showman. That's what 100%. Like he's good at what he does.
But it comes back to like 881, Art Castle, Auto Hobby. Like we never went into this to make money. Like 881 as a start was to help everybody with Pro-Am, so we have like a race team so we can all help each other.
Yeah.
And fuck, man, it blows my mind how far it has come. Like you know what's going on in the backstage that we can't necessarily talk about. Like we can talk about a little bit of stuff, but like there's like deals that we never thought.
Yeah.
Even just Napa Fort McMurray, like
Yeah, like that's
a huge deal that like you take out like a kid like from the east from like Quebec like me that grew up with his parents making 20 grand a year and like dreaming of cars and race cars, and man, like I never would have imagined that we would be anywhere close in my life.
Even
with this.
like even when I was coming out here and starting to get into cars, I never thought I'd be like
well, it's
a part of a team that's
fucked,
like,
man.
pushing events and like all this stuff. Like I was never something that was on my radar, like that I like even thought about. But like as soon as I seen what you guys were doing, like I wanted, you know.
Yeah, well, it's the thing is, it's like people like I get asked a lot, like because I run the Instagram page as well. I get asked a lot like what does it take to join 881 crew? I'm like 881, as much as it looks like just a racing team, is like 881 is like my, like to me at least, 881 is my best friends. You know what I mean? It's just my group of friends.
Yeah, we're like we're not just like a group of, you know, like people. Like we don't just like recruit somebody. Like like
There's not
it's
applications for it.
No,
yeah,
like you guys just like fuck. I didn't know you guys like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
and then we just started hanging out. And at one point, I was like, man, these guys party hard. Like you with the G, just fucking not giving a fuck. Yeah. Like Josh with his car that just like jumps on his fucking rocket bunny kid.
Yeah, like Josh is a part of 881, and like we haven't even seen Josh drift before.
No,
like, Josh hasn't driven with us, but like, yeah, but like just because of his personality and how close he is to all of us.
It was like a no.
The first time I met you, I was changing wheel bearings in your car.
Yeah, I hadn't.
That was I think that was before he even moved out here. Like that was when he was like kind of visiting, like staying with me. Like
I had no idea who he was or if he knew anything about cars. He started wrenching on my car. I was like, "Hey, what do you were like? Do you want me to change your wheel bearing?" And you had like halfway done. I was like, "Ah, fucking keep going." I went to work next day.
What happened was we pulled your rear end apart the night before. I showed up and did one side.
Yeah.
I came back to see Joe the next day and seen your wheel bearings were there, and I was like, "There's scales like tomorrow. They're going in. This car is going."
Yeah, we were like the best and worst thing that could have happened to Josh, because when I met Josh, what, like 2 years now, maybe, not even, like
you met me roughly a year and like 3 months.
Yeah, not the summer that just passed.
Yeah,
but the summer before is when I met Josh in August, and like I always knew who he was. I was kind of a dick to him. He tried to buy a car off me when I was like 17. Yeah, Josh DM'd me on Instagram, and like I had a DA Integra. Josh messaged me on Instagram asking to buy it, and like I was like, no, I'm not selling to you. Like, no,
why?
Go away.
Just to Josh.
Well,
like, just not to Josh.
There was kind of reasons I didn't want to sell it. I didn't want to sell that car to anybody from nearby.
It didn't have a floor.
Why? Just because it was sketch?
I'm not going to say I was ripping anybody off with that car or anything, but the car needed some stuff.
And you just blinked
we
and told them no.
Yeah, we were running the thickest diesel oil we could in that motor for a reason.
Oh my god. Was it turbo?
No, it wasn't turbo. Stock B18A1.
Oh.
But yeah, like I pulled up next to Josh at I was in town, and when I go home now, like I have like some of my friends that are back home, but like at this point Corey was out here already.
Yeah.
And no, Corey wasn't here. Corey was home still. But I guess in my small town, like I don't really have a whole lot of friends now. I have like 3 or 4, but like they're not they work and stuff, right? Because they still live home. So it's like
my like same thing back home. Like all my friends now have families.
Yeah. So like
it's weird.
I'm just driving through town like in my car, and like I didn't know anybody, didn't see, but I seen his car and I recognized it. I was like, I've seen that car on Instagram. I'm just gonna pull up next to him. And
was that the Volks?
You were in the RX-8 that night, weren't you? No, you're in the Volkswagen. The Volkswagen was aired out. Yeah, so just pulled up next to him, started talking to him, and 3 weeks later, you're on a plane to Alberta.
Are you serious?
Well, he came out for RMDC.
Oh, that's it? That's all you came?
Yeah, he came out for RMDC, and that was when he met Mark, and I brought him to the shop one day, and like we broke him. Now he lives out here.
Wow, well, fuck, that's good. Because like I said, like you 881's like my best friend, so like it's
it's
60
just...
they have you up here, you know what I mean? And like for a while you were like on the edge on coming back, weren't you, like this summer? Or...
So I went home and I was in a weird predicament where I didn't want to come back out, but I didn't want to be home.
Well, we have to do like an actual episode with you at one point.
Yeah, we do, because we're just like talking to Josh.
Yeah.
It's right now, right?
It's like a different kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like we're just sitting there, and Josh is like a prop to the show that we.
I just dropped a transmission.
Yeah.
But we can't do an episode with Josh until somebody else is here to do what Josh is doing right now, checking our cameras.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Because we actually. I'm just gonna out us. We filmed this episode a couple of days ago.
Okay, so the reason why I texted you about this because like I asked Paul. I didn't want to sound like a dick or anything. The vibe was not on the first part, but the second part was very good.
Yeah.
And the reason why the vibe wasn't there is because I was pissed off because the computer I couldn't get it. Do you remember?
Yeah, because we fought with the mic and like
fucking.
So I bought us a third mic. So we had a 3 setup of mics for. Obviously, one for me, one for JC, and one for when we have a guest. So we bought the third mic, and we're like, finally, we have 3 mics. And that night that I finally brought mine over, one of the old mics broke.
I'll try. It might not be broken. I think it was like just it was finicky on the. Okay, I love Mac. I fucking love them. They work super great. They're fucking garbage for accessories. They come with 2 USB cords. They come with like 2 USB port, USB-C. Like not even like the actual.
Yeah.
So now I had to buy like a fucking converter, and that thing always slips out. So now you keep losing the mic or you keep losing the screen. So a great computer. I fucking hate their design, man. They're fucking garbage. But yeah, I think that was just that fucking port that kept disconnecting. Because now like we had the problem. So that's a new mic, and we had the same problem whenever we first connected it, right? But now it's fine. So. But yeah, it pissed me off because like I liked the second half but the first half I was just so fucking pissed off. Yeah. I think like it just like
well, that's show business, right? You know, you gotta take
with
a couple
the
of
big lights
right?
and shit like that.
Yeah, but yeah, as soon as like a day that we get somebody else behind the camera, we'll get Josh on here because Josh has some stories like that I think would be pretty funny and stuff to have on here. So
we'll get you. That's the thing too. We have such a fucking.
We already have a roster lined up right now. Like we have some pretty
pretty
cool,
sizable guests. Yeah, pretty
like,
cool. That's what I like about this because like it's not just about drifting. 881 was never about just drifting. So at first I was a drag racer, right?
Yeah, me as well. Well, I was like we were completely different styles of drag racing. You were rear wheel drive V8, and I was big into the big turbo 4-cylinder front wheel drives. But like
I'm a stance kid.
Yeah, Josh is a stance kid
for some reason.
Yeah,
but that's what I like about. Did you just flick your?
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyways,
but that's what I like about this because, like I said, it never just was about drifting. So it's sick to have like our first guest was Andrew, which takes photos.
Yeah.
Alex does insane
dirt biking, and then Murphy, he's road racer, and then. You know, the next 2 like that I know of. Well, the next 3 actually, like
they're
completely
so diverse.
different realms on their own, right? Like
it's
one's a tuner, one does other things. I don't want to
spoil
anything,
too
right?
much, but let's say one of them did the first backflip in Canada in something.
Yeah,
we're not gonna say in what.
Yeah, we're not gonna say what, but
it's just mental people that like it's just cool to see their backstory, right? And like Murphy is kind of a shy guy at first.
Yeah,
and we brought him on the podcast. Oh my god, holy shit, man!
That was the day I found out Murphy can well, I actually already knew because you can have some pretty good conversations with Murphy.
I always had like good conversation. You know what I mean? Like we always like get deep into stuff, but he's always like more calm, more like low key, and he was a little bit concerned about the camera. He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. we said one sentence and then he just fucking went.
Yeah.
Which is good because it makes like Murphy is super knowledgeable and he's been around for fucking years. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Murphy's awesome to talk to. Like he lent me an engine lift one time when before I had one. Actually, technically, I don't own mine. Nikolai owns the one I have right now. I'm just kind of storing it for Nikolai for the last like 2 years. But Murphy lent me an engine lift one night, and I got there. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and like I just expect to be like, yeah, let's load this thing up and go. I don't think I left there till almost 1 in the morning.
Did you say you're storing Nikolai's engines?
So
Okay, no. It's not why I'm asking you, because I'm pretty sure Nikolai asked me to borrow my fucking engine.
Every time I'm with Nikolai, I remind him that I have his engine stand. He's like, "Oh, if it's."
Still need that. You can have it back.
I think he forgot that he has one.
Well, no. Every time I'm with Nikolai, I remind him I have his engine stand. I'm like, yeah, or his lift. I'm like, yeah, I still have your engine lift. He's like, yeah, if it's in your way, you can bring it back, but if not, you can keep it. I'm like, well, it's not in my way. It's just stored off in the corner, right? But I'm worried if you need it. Like,
I'm pretty sure he borrowed ours before.
At the moment, it's now an engine stand.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
which
Josh's
engine you
LS
got?
on it.
Mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we pulled Josh's motor out. So it's sitting on the engine lift.
We'll have to make a whole segment on what the fuck's going on with the RX-8 at one point.
You don't want to see it right now. I got
that bad?
I got Grinder happy.
Oh, where?
Oh, I cut his entire rear end and front end off. Oh yeah, I cut the whole thing.
Jesus fucking
My car
Christ.
turned into a compact BMW.
Yeah, it's like a 318 Ti now.
Okay, why?
Ooh, he's got to get ready for bash bears.
Yeah, but did you cut, like, past the... Wait, how far did you cut?
Almost to his strut towers in the rear.
What's holding on his fucking body panels now?
The body panels.
The body panels.
Self-tapping and zip ties.
Ooh.
It's gonna be like your car.
Hey, I still have a trunk.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, his is gonna be more like how my rear end is,
Oh,
or
really?
like even like Mark's too, for instance.
Yeah, but that's why I asked, like, because their body, like yours and Mark, like you're cut like right off the strut tower.
Yeah,
right?
so no, we
And then you
left
have,
we left his quarter panel. Josh quarter panel's on. We
So
cut,
it's just hanging
we
off
cut
on that thing.
underneath. It's actually pretty sturdy. I was surprised.
Just look at KMR's car in 2017.
Yeah, but now he has like a big fucking rear quarter, does he?
We're basing my car off his pictures, everything from him.
Yeah, Kyle's been sending Josh like some pictures and stuff of how he used to have his car set up.
Okay, by the way, another fucking weird fact about Josh, he's a good friend with Kyle One.
For no reason at all.
For
Like,
no reason.
reason at all.
No reason. Like, it's like that would not... It was the other guy that you were good friends with? The Stancy Pants or whatever?
Luke.
Yeah, the dude who got his RX-8 burnt off?
Yeah, well, he knows him at least.
Oh, okay. But like
Josh knows him, but does he know Josh? Like, that's...
oh, that's the kind of... Oh, it's like,
Does he?
Do you want to bug him?
No, okay, yeah.
You what?
Okay, they know each other, I guess. He's like, do you want me to text him?
I want to get him on the show. Oh, no. But yeah, for some fucking reason, Josh knows all those people that... all those niche people... Because Cat...
I'm from a different scene.
Yeah, but it pissed me off about Kyle because he got robbed so bad last year.
He did, actually. I was there when that happened. Well, I was there for FD Long Beach last year.
He
And
was driving so good.
He was, man. Like, in my opinion, he should have won. I can't remember who he battled.
I think, wasn't it this NOFA that he was battling?
No, I don't think he was against Nova when he got put out.
You remember who it was? In Long Beach, first round? He was
Last
driving
season.
the nuts out of his
But,
car.
like, I was there, and, like, like, everyone in the stands, like, around me anyways, was, like, calling it, like, oh, yeah, KMR won that, because he hit every zone. Like, I had, like, where my seats were, I could see pretty well every zone, except for the last, like, inside zone.
Oh, dude,
like,
on the replay?
But I could still see it, and, yeah, he was millimeters from the wall, hit both zones, or the first two zones, rode the wall perfectly, like, on the third outer zone, and everyone was like, he won. But the reason he didn't, they're saying, is because he was a little bit slower.
What the fuck do you mean? He was running the fuck out of that course, too.
They said that he went a little bit too slow, so that's why he lost that. But he hit every zone. Like, it was one of the best runs I've seen all day, and he still lost.
100%. Like, so I was watching it on the I don't remember where I was, but I was watching it on the live stream somehow. And we were texting in a group chat at the same time because, like, we're a bunch that follows that.
We were all watching at once.
Was it?
He went live.
Oh, it could be.
And we were watching that, and then his connection lost it, so we all went to the stream.
Yeah, because like we were a bunch who watch it, and and like at that run, like I had my jaw on the ground because like he was fucking giving her like hardcore. Like it must have been that I don't remember that run, but at that point I remember thinking, I was like, man, that's one of the best run I've ever seen at Long Beach.
It was an unbelievable run.
Ever. And I was so shocked whenever he didn't get the win, because man, he like, I don't remember what was it. You don't remember at all who it was?
I really can't remember. I think I have a video of it on my phone, but
I thought it was the NAPA for some reason. But I remember his lead was insane, and his chase, he was on his fucking bumper the whole time.
Oh yeah, so it would be understandable like to have a banger lead and then like you lose it in the chase or something completely and like zero out, but like he did good both runs. Like
that's the point where it sucks with judge sport, is even if we don't see it in the same eyes as the judge, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, always was it Murphy we were talking about that it's hard to
yeah, well, because Murphy judged Northernville, right? And he, you know, like some people didn't like some calls that went on there. Like, I think
the most like the general consensus, I think people liked the calls at Northernville.
Most people did, but like I know. Like,
did you hear anything about people with sketchy call or?
Not really sketchy call, but somebody zeroed at a point when they didn't think they should have. I don't want to get into.
No, it's fine. But yeah. But but it like I said, it's judge sport, so it's kind of hard.
It is hard for judges to like. This didn't happen at Northernville, but I also think it's not all the time, but I do think some judges can be a bit biased. Yeah, which is what's unfortunate. But I do believe some can be towards certain drivers.
We experienced it in the past too. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen. So it's not like I said. We're not drifting for money either, so we're like I said, Mark won money drifting, like he did. Did he ever make any profit? Fuck no. Like he never made, like maybe you'll win. Let's say you go to Mission, you win like $2,000. That's what it costs just for fuel. That's our fuel. That's our fuel to get there, right? Like, and every winter you put what, like fucking. I'm dumb because I keep doing it too big, then my car takes 2 years to build. But like every winter to keep up, you put like what, $5,000 to $10,000 in your car.
Well, look, what's our bills this year? I think all three of us are like it's probably six figures if combined our three cars.
Yeah, Ophir's at 10, is around right? 10. Yeah.
Like
I'm at 38 now.
Like I just mean the three of us in this room. You combine our three cars, we're probably go six figures. Right? Like,
yeah. Actually,
like I'm significantly over 30 by now.
Like together.
Just mine.
Yeah, like all the bill together?
The whole bill together, I'm almost 40,000.
I hate doing that because
I don't like doing it either. Me and Josh did it one day. I almost threw up.
You can ask Colby one time. Like I was pissed off in the shop and I started like counting every little thing that I did on the car, and I almost got depressed, man. I was at 34, and before buying the car, and I was like. You realize I could have just saved all that up and buy a truck and a boat and go to BC for the whole summer.
See, for me, like, the car was the cheapest part.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Like, my angle kit was double the price of my car. My fuel cell was double the price of my car. My engine was 6 times the price of my car.
Yeah. I got lucky as fuck because I bought my S13 right before they went to, like, $20,000. So I got my competition ready. You got yours
at a good time.
Yeah, competition ready for $10,000. So
yeah, which
is
should be good, like Ford SR, stuff like that.
Ford SR, like work all the time. Besides the fucking transmission on SR, I don't know who the fuck makes those transmission, but you're fucking garbage.
Same guy that made a Dodge Trains.
Oh man, it's brutal. I blew 5 or 6 in 2 seasons.
Yeah, something like that.
Last time, were you there the last time?
The one when I had to tow you back to the shop out by the airport?
No, that was the first time
time that you dropped some gears and then decided to try and blow your trans and do 100 and some km/h entries.
That one.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
So like I'll put the clip up. It's fucking hilarious. But I blew second, but I thought I blew my diff because it just went gone. Gone. Like didn't make a noise. Like I just had nothing. Like in gear I was like that's weird. I blew a diff on my S13, which has never happened. And I felt bad because I was giving a ride to a girl that I've known for like fucking 4 years, and she's super into cars. she has a boyfriend, so I wasn't trying to hit on her, just for the record. But like, and I had my girlfriend at the time, so like I was just like, I made 2 corners, and then I was chasing Pat, and I went to clutch kick. I clutch kicked, and nothing happened. Like I went, it was like I went to neutral. I was like, oh, I just blew my diff. So I go to take it out of second, just to put it in neutral so we can coast. I had nothing on second, like nothing at all. so
instead of shutting her down for the night, his idea is, don't need that gear anyways.
Okay,
third.
The way I'm geared, I can do the scales in second, and that's like perfect. So if I go in third, I'll buck down. But
there's a bonus.
If I enter from the highway, which I can gain like 120, 130 kilometers an hour, and I come into the scales, I can clutch kick and do the whole fucking scales on third. Dude, I was going so fast. I think I was going at like 130 or 120 sideways. Like,
oh yeah,
at scales.
Easily.
So I was doing like the big fucking corner, and I my plan was to go around the pole. So I went third, pulled the e-brake, fucking smashed the front brake, and I put it in first. I had to rev it up because it wouldn't go, like it won't go in first because it's
yeah, it's not gonna take first.
No, so I had to rev it up, smash it in first, and I was like banging the limiter like around the pole and like shooting big flame. And then somebody bought my SR, surprisingly, after fucking 4 years. And I went to I took the car apart and I went to just wash it, just to just make it more enjoyable to work on. Started driving to the car wash. I drove from Scales back to the shop that same night, right? I just didn't have seconds, so I went like first to third. So I started driving towards the car wash, and all I can hear is like. And, like in the footwell, like right next to my foot, I was like, if I can make it back and forth with my foot still on, I'm fucking lucky. It was awful. I never broke a translate like that bad.
That was like, this whole goings on was only, I want to say 2 weeks after the point when I had to tow you home from out by the airport.
No, that was before Stratotech, because I remember.
Yes, that was before Stratotech. Yeah,
because it was.
So yeah, okay, a couple months apart. I'm way off.
Yeah. It was the week before we had to leave to Stratotech, and it was my first. I signed up for like the grassroots competition that we talked about in the other episode that it's not gonna come out, but. But like if you're like new to drifting and you want to get into competition. Instead of going to Pro-Am, go to like that grassroots series. It's wicked. But Half-the-Field is Pro-Am, which is
Half-Field's Pro-Am cars.
So
I can't say nothing, because if I decide to do the grassroots series this year, I'll be in my Pro-Am built car.
Okay, the fact that the car is built to Pro-Am is fine. It's the fact that the 4 to 5 years veteran of Pro-Ams are allowed to compete.
Yeah.
Kind of broke it up. But at the same time, it forced you to drive better. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking on like and if I was them, I would run that like Ophir.
Well, it's seat time, right? Like that's part of like.
I have zero problem with them competing, because like I want
JC will decimate all.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, sure. But like
I'm not sure anyone with an LS, and you'll beat him.
But you know what? Fuck you. But like the guy with this stock S13, like no angle kit, no nothing, that just wants to like start competing. It's kind of deterrent for him, like whenever you see like a 600 horsepower LS powered car with like a big angle kit. So it's fun. Like, don't take it Josh. But it's fun, so don't take it too seriously. Like I told you, go have fun in it. Don't work up if the deal if the call doesn't go your way. Because they didn't all go my way, let's say.
Yeah.
But
like, I find one of the biggest things that would deter somebody from getting into drifting in that and doing competitions is like just the stress factor of like, I'm super nervous, and like I've like talked myself out of competing like probably 3 or 4 times now, like since I started building my car. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it this year.
Just take your time, man.
The next day I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this year. I'm gonna do it this year. It's
Don't tell him that.
No, don't take. Okay, no. Don't take your time building the fucking car. Take your time into competing. Cause holy fuck, that car got around in that.
I haven't been in the garage in like about a month now.
Huh?
I haven't been in the garage in about a month now. And the last time I was out, I worked on Josh's car.
Why?
Man, our garage sucks. Okay, it's a nice size and everything, but
okay, what are you missing in that car?
One fuel line that I have. I just need to finish running it. I need to mount my fuel pressure regulator and make the little line between that. So it's my return side that I need to run. So
okay. I'll make that question even more specific. Do you have all the parts for your car?
The only thing I'm technically missing now with the new headers I got, they hit my oil cooler kit. So I now need to get the oil filter relocation kit to run my cooler, or I can just block it off and not run a cooler at all this year and just put an oil filter on. So,
but you have everything to make your car run and drive, do you?
No, we threw the block off plate.
Yeah, I threw out the block off plate by accident.
But
so now I need to get a block off plate for my oil because if I don't.
And that's it.
Yeah, I get that and a plug for the block heater because I threw the block heater out too because I was gonna plug it off.
Okay, what about you take all your shit, you put it in your car, you bring it to the shop, and we finish it in 2 weeks. Can
we do that with mine too?
Yeah,
Yours seems a little more than 2 weeks, buddy. Okay, let's be honest here.
We're in the process of moving shop anyway, so we actually accepted the new shop that they offered us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the way it's shaped, it's nicer to work on cars, and I will gladly give you my spot for a month, or you as well, if you guys want to go finish your car. If that's the problem.
I just need heat.
Dude,
like here's the thing. Our garage, it's a non-heated garage.
Yeah.
And it's
okay. Before we get into that, it is minus 45 today.
Yeah, today was minus 45. So
don't realize where we are right now.
Yeah, and so it's a non-heated garage. Our only source of heat is we have a diesel heater in the garage. So for one, you're inhaling diesel fumes, you start feeling like shit. And two, the diesel heater gets that it has a thermostat on it, doesn't do anything. It lies. It's just like you change the thermostat and it just
get right
one of those to shut off.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. One moment.
What a fucking producer.
Of course, it's my camera too. Whatever.
Card full. Let's see. Yeah, just keep going about your garage there for a second.
Yeah, but so yeah, thermostat does nothing. So the heat in my garage when that comes on, for one, you're inhaling diesel fumes, you feel terrible. Two, it gets unbelievably hot in there that you'll have to crack a window or shut the heater off. And then the garage isn't like, there's some drafts in it, like underneath the garage door and that. So like, if you shut the heater off, you lose all of your heat in minus 40 in the matter of 2 minutes. So then you're back to freeze, and then so you're stuck either sweating to the point where it's unbearable, and you're
being way too cold.
Yeah, or being way too cold. So that's why like
This one on you.
Yeah.
I usually get 90% of my work done on all my vehicles in the spring, summer, and fall months. Like until it starts getting minus, like even if it's like minus like 10 to 15, like I'm kind of okay to be out there. But any colder than that, which it stays for a better part of the year.
Yeah, what about you just bring your car to a shop and you like I'll give you my car gotta go to Fab anyway. And
I would do that 100%.
If that will help you guys just fucking get your car running, because it's becoming a meme at that point. Whenever
it is, it's bad, and like I mean like.
I'm just kidding. But like, yeah, if you want, like, I'm offering it to you and Josh. If you want to come and get finished your car, just fucking take my spot for a month.
All right, now that it's out there, everyone's gonna know. So if my car's not done, you'll know I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. There's no excuses.
No, now there's no excuse. So this sucks. Now I actually have to work on my car. I'm kidding. I enjoy working on.
I just don't work on my own car.
I am the same. So it's
work on yours.
I work on yours. So you see it's
and Corey did 90% of the work to my car right now.
Okay, I don't get, like, we all work on each other's car, but we cannot work on our own car.
Never work on our own cars.
What the fuck is this? Like,
I don't know, man.
Cut my car because I didn't want to cut my car.
Josh is scared of grinders. Okay,
that's fair. I was scared whenever I was younger too. Whenever I was like fucking 14.
I'm scared of life.
Oh, that's fair. I was scared because my first grinder experience, I didn't have safety glasses, and there was none at the garage that I was working on. So, like those transparent drawers for like putting bolts and shit. So we took 2 out, and I taped them on my head with fucking electrical tape. I was grinding under my GMC, trying to cut off. I have a picture of it. I'll put it up, but I look like a fucking idiot. But that was my first encounter with a grinder, so I was scared shitless. I was like, man, that blade's gonna break and just fucking.
My first time using a grinder, I want to say 15. No, I was 16 because I was driving. So I was 16, and I wanted a set of. There was a suspension in a Integra that I was parting out.
Mm-hmm.
So, mini stock guys will like run, like if they're building a mini stock car, they'll run like Integra suspension on one side because it's a little bit taller. Gives their car that little bit of a lean, right? It's a little cheat that people do in mini stock.
So
you're
you
not
can
supposed to modify the car, but that's what they do, right? Because it just looks like stock suspension.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a mini stock guy come to me, wanted the suspension, and if anybody is watching this and knows Honda rear lower control arms, when they're stock and you try to get the strut out, you're snapping that bolt. There's like the bolt that goes through, you are snapping it. There's like almost no way around it. It's going to happen.
Huh.
You can heat the hell out of it. Sometimes you get lucky. I've gotten lucky before. 9 times out of 10, you're going to snap it, which I've also done before. So I went under, tried to get it off, snapped it. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll cut the control arm off while the spring's under tension.
Oh.
So I go under there with a grinder, and now the car's sitting on blocks, and it's still like low to the ground. I can only fit my arm underneath, so I got like corner of my head underneath and one arm on the grinder, and I'm just cutting through the lower control
didn't think
arm.
that through, did you?
Yeah, no. So I get the final cut through, and she just ping like springs down to the ground. I'm like, whew. I thought I died. Like I thought that was it.
Well, okay, my point is, anything that can cut through metal, I should probably not be operating it. Cause
you see, well, now, not really as much with my new job, but, my old job, I had to use a grinder every day, right, as a steam fitter. I worked in a fab shop. So now I'm perfectly fine, comfortable with grinders, but back then I was just stupid.
I'm just stupid. Dude, okay, so the reason why, I don't know if you noticed, but I took, so good thing the studio, fuck, I forgot to turn off the lights again. Just realized that. But the reason why we're I took a shower before you came by, because it's a good thing that the studio is in my basement, because that right now you're in my living room. That I rent this basement to live. So this is like I'll show background one time.
His
like
kitchen living area.
Yeah, my kitchen is like right behind the table.
How was Earl's?
Huh?
How was Earl's?
That was 3 days ago, but. The bag's empty now, but I like to go back to how stupid I am. I managed to run out of fuel at work.
Oh,
Hold up. So I managed to run out of fuel, literally sitting on my phone at work. So we didn't have a gas tank. So my brilliant mind, I had a water bottle, like a plastic water bottle. So I emptied it, and I went to fill it up at the pump. And as soon as I clicked it, all the gas came in my face. Because it's so much pressure, and like that small of a container just fucking flew up.
and this guy's trying to build race cars.
Yeah. That is why I cannot operate a grinder. Like, if I do that with a fucking
That's why he's stock tank.
Yeah. If I do that with something as simple as putting gas in the car, first of all, why did I run out of gas? Because I'm dumb. I'm just stupid. Like I did nothing today. Like
Yeah. Well, when we were cutting Josh's front end off, there was like what 3 or 4 jerry cans sitting right where I was spraying the sparks.
Oh.
And you moved. Josh had to move them to the other side of the garage because I'm literally sitting there like cutting his front end off, and like I look over and he's just like.
They were.
Oh my god.
Just moving them.
Did you ever play with gas when you were young? I did.
Yes.
I did.
We're from
Okay, that's
So-
for those who don't know. Like east of Canada, that's how you start a fire. Is just with gas.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just dump gas on it. Like, I see videos of like people almost blowing themselves up doing it. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Almost caught my whole backyard on fire one time.
So not mine, but somebody on my street, we technically did because we thought it was a great idea to have a water bottle full of gas near
exactly
an open fire,
what I did.
and we poked a hole in the top, and we're sitting there spraying it around. And
you sprayed around? I did even worse. Well, I sprayed inside the fire with a water bottle, like like those Aki water bottle, like with the nipple. So I had this. Me and my friend were bored, and we just made a fire, and I had gas in that water bottle. So I was spraying it, so I was just doing like a little spray, and it just went in the fire and make like a big fire. So that was cool. And nothing came out of it, but I was like, let me dump the rest of the fuel. So I took the cap off, and I started throwing it towards the fuel, towards the fire. Fire came back in the bottle, and fucking the bottle exploded in my hand. It was like my whole backyard was on fire. He had like his fucking computer back there. His computer bag was on fire. So we ran downstairs, grabbing like buckets of water, trying to extinguish it while my parents are inside the house. But it was the backyard where I grew up was like 2-story. Yeah. So I was on the upper level, so they couldn't see me. So we just trying to hide it with water. Dude, it was brutal.
I had a bonfire in my yard one time. I had a bunch of my friends over. We were probably, I want to say 12 or 13 years old. And we read online that night that if you throw like a can of like alphagettis or ravioli or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you just throw them into a fire, like without cracking the top or anything, just throw them in the fire.
They explode?
They'll explode.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
So I was like, well, shit, I got a whole bunch of that in the house. Like, let's do this, right? So we go in my house, we empty my cupboard. Like, we got like 7 or 8 cans of stuff, and we just start throwing it in the fire, and we're all stepping back, like taking
Did they
videos.
Explode good?
Like,
I gotta try that now. Did they explode good?
Yes, we found out.
Make homemade napalm.
So one of the
wait. Anybody who's listening, we're not condoning any playing with gas or making explosives.
Yeah, we're just telling stories. So, so we threw all these in the fire, and, like, we're all stepping back, and, like, we're waiting, like 10 minutes, and nothing's happening, right? So, finally, one of the boys is like, I'm just gonna go look. Maybe they're not in the fire or something like that. Aww. I swear to God, he stuck his head straight over the fire, and, like, 4 of them just decided to go instantly. Like, it's just, like, boom, 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 and he's, like, flies back, he's running away screaming. I thought he was dead, but like that's because it's all metal, right? It's just metal exploding. Jeez. So yeah, we thought he was done for.
How long have we been going for?
Just keep going.
Jesus Christ, like we've been over an hour by now, right?
I don't know what time is it.
But the next question, right? How do you get involved with NAPA? We're gonna go back to this.
Okay.
He's bringing us back onto the track of cars because we're way off now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that podcast is not about drifting.
Like we may make it seem like it is, but we'll veer off so easily. Again, it's probably because we both have
like huge ADHD.
Yeah, I am actually like diagnosed ADHD.
Oh, me too.
My mind just goes all over the place. So
I went to so big like mine's so bad that they put me on max dosage and they wanted to upgrade it to still because I was like at
just take 2.
Yeah. 2 concerted pills, 186 and 114.
Try 3.
Jesus Christ. But okay,
Josh, we're talking about to help with ADHD, not for recreational use.
How do we get involved with NAPA? That was in so whenever we first started, me and Ophir hanging out together, like we started renting a garage together on the Tickwood. What was it? Woodland Drive.
You mean the barn?
Yeah. Okay, so we both came from a backyard, right? I had a small garage at my sister when my sister were renting a house with her boyfriend, and we had a little garage, but she had a kid. And the garage always smelled like gas and started smelling in the house. So she was like, yeah, you need to fuck off somewhere else.
Yeah, they vacate premises now.
Yeah. So whenever she got a little bit more mature, she kicked me out of that garage. So I went to, me and Ophir just rented a garage on Woodland Drive. And if you don't know Fort Mac, Tickwood is like one of the busiest neighborhood. Like it's like an actual neighborhood. It's not like there's an A&W at the end of the street, but besides that, like the house are like probably like 3 meters apart from each other.
Yeah, they're very, very close.
So we were renting the garage in the back of that house, and it took a year, and we outgrew it. First of all, second, dude, you ever been to that garage?
No,
It
I was
was
never there.
so fucking dangerous. So it's a 2-car garage. So we had my S10 and we had Ophir's car that we were building for Pro-Am at that point. And he had like his subframes all laying in between the cars. So the car had like fucking 50 centimeters to walk through. I broke my ankle so many times in that fucking garage. It was insane. But going back to it was a residential neighborhood, so we got kicked off like probably a year after. But it was after the flood, so our excuse was the guy probably wanted his garage back. But truthfully, we had the cops like call like 5 times on us that month because we just started the BMW. It was straight pipe in the middle of a neighborhood, so they didn't like us that much. So
Warning to my neighbors in the summer. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So me and Ophir, we got stuck, right? I just had bought my S13, and Ophir had the BMW that he just finished, and I had my S10 there. And like the thing with garage that people don't understand is whenever you start getting more room, like whenever you buy a bigger shop or shit like that, you buy a bigger shop because you think, oh, it's gonna be perfect with all the stuff that I have right now.
No, you'll buy more stuff.
You'll buy more stuff, and then your shop's gonna be full again. Yeah. I know that because we have like fucking 8 engines in our shop right now.
Well, when I moved into my house, I was like, I had my Civic project. That was it, and I was like, I will never need more than this. I am max capacity. We can't we have to park vehicles on the side of the road. I have like a 9-car driveway.
Yeah.
We have no room. Like,
Jesus.
My truck is at work.
Yeah, we have to leave a vehicle at work, and we still have something on the side of the road.
Yeah, because you have your side by side. You had 4Es RX-7 for a while.
2 E46s RX-8, Civic, 2 Commons.
Huh?
The side by side isn't home.
Yeah, my side by side's not even home right now because somebody broke down the other night.
I wonder who. But
I don't know.
so we got kicked out of that garage. So for probably a month or 2 months, my S10 was sitting in my friend's backyard. So my S10 was empty. Like I put like I had a truck at that time. So we towed it from there. We went on the fucking main road in fucking Tickwood. It had to be at 2 a.m. so people wouldn't see us. So my truck was in parts, right? So I just sat on a bucket and drove it while somebody towed me around and for probably kilometers on that fucking main road until we parked it up in one of my friend's backyard.
Whose backyard did it go to?
Parker.
Okay, that's...
It's like I was like for 5 or 10 minutes on that road.
Yeah, it's not like super far, but
not super, but it's enough. It's
far
enough
for doing that.
Yeah. Because I don't know I think some states you can't flat tow cars, not up here.
If your hazards are on and it's legal.
Yeah, there's.
What about if there's no lights on that truck or no?
So
wiring?
I think it's allowed here, but the vehicle has to be registered, insured. It can't just be anything like that.
Oh, it was nothing.
And it has to be like, well, like not written off or something. Like you can't just like smash it and then like.
We looked into this for Owen's car.
Oh really?
When we convinced him to take it out there while it was blowing up.
But yeah, so we were out of a garage for 2 months, and if you know anything about drifting, we break shit all the time, so it's a mild inconvenience. So Ophir was starting to make posts around to look for like a garage for rent or a small shop. Another thing about Fort Mac that people don't realize is the rent for shops is fucking insane.
It's insane. It's crazy.
I can't get into details on how much we're paying for the shop, but I know somebody else who was trying to rent it before we got it, and it was $12,000 per month. And flash news, no, we're not paying anywhere close to that because we can't. Yeah. We couldn't afford it.
I think like the math in this town is like on average it's like $10 a square foot.
Yeah,
something like that. So like I mean. You get 1,000 square foot shop, like right, like, and
1,000 square foot is not that big.
That's not that big,
no.
Right? Like my garage, I can't do the math off the top of my head, but like
our shop is
mine's 20 by 24, and it's like I can't remember. I did the math one night. Like I'm terrible at math. I'm not gonna do it here, but
ours right now is 11 or 12, I think, and yeah, it was around 12 grand. So we just posted it in case like we find like an old fucking barn that nobody wants again anymore, and we can like just move in all the shit there. And we get that dude called Brent Usick texting us, and he's like, that would be hilarious if that was just him right now. But so he said, yeah, I have a couple of shops to rent if you guys are interested in. And Ophir sent me that screenshot. I was like, there's no way we can't afford that. Like there's no way. Like it's he sent us like screenshot of the shops. So we're like, no, like don't even bother answering him. You know what I mean?
No way.
So yeah, so Fear was like, man, I'm sorry, but it's all of our like it's gonna be out of our budget. He didn't even ask the price yet. We were like, there's no way that's happening. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll figure out a deal. So I did a little bit of research. I was like, why the fuck does this guy have shops? So I started like I think I googled him or something like that, and we didn't know who he was at the time at all. So I get back to a friend. I'm like, dude, that's the fucking owner of Napa in town. And for those who don't know, Napa in town is like the biggest grossing Napa in North America. So
yeah, it's probably the nicest Napa It's definitely the nicest I've been in.
It's insane. It's ridiculous. Like
they're the fastest car place I've went to get parts.
They ship any to back and forth to Edmonton on a daily basis. Like the logistic of this Napa is fucking ridiculous.
And like you go there to get like windshield wipers, they don't ask if it's automatic or manual.
Yeah, no, it's great. But yeah, so this guy Brent started offering us like to go see shop. So we're like, you know what? We'll just go meet up with him just in case like something good comes out of it. And we didn't know if he was the owner or the general manager at that time because he just his profile picture was just him. Brent, okay, if you don't know Brent and you walk in Napa, you think he's the manager. You have no clue that his girlfriend probably. It's all good. Yeah, like this guy is the most humble dude ever, and he's I asked him because like every time I go to Napa, he's always there. So I asked him a couple of days ago. I was like, realistically, how often are you at Napa per week? He's like, I'm there 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. He's a maniac, but he's successful. That's how he's been.
Yeah, 100%. His business is working.
His business mentality is insanely successful. So we go there, and basically what he offered us was that shop plus other deals that like my car, and this year they started sponsoring Ophir's car, but that's why I hold Napa's to such a high standard because whenever we were out of a shop, Napa literally gave us a roof on top of our head, and they know we can't fucking afford something that's we don't make money out of 881. We work regular job.
Yeah, like, we both worked today. Like
we were filming this after work.
Yeah,
people.
Like it's almost 10 o'clock right now.
Yeah, people don't understand that Ophir to be able to afford drifting. Ophir doesn't work in Fort Mac right now because he wouldn't make enough money. He's working in Ontario, so he can get a LOA.
Working nuclear.
Yeah, so Brent literally came to us with a shop with help on the cars, and I was like, why are you doing so much? I was like, cause I believe in what you guys do. You guys do really good for the community, and to just fucking help us through there. And then we've been having a fucking amazing relationship with Napa ever since, and now it's growing to Napa Canada, which send us some free stuff, and then we're working on the other stuff with them. So, like I said, people keep chasing the best deal in town. I'm the same. I won't lie. Like I buy shit off Amazon because we all do. Yeah, we all do. But I will always do at least an effort to go to Napa or go support local businesses because local businesses supports shit that goes around in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Napa sponsors trails in town for like people who want to walk. They pay for for the landscaping and shit like that. You know what I mean? They give so much back to the community that like it makes. I was talking with Walt Young. You know him? He's a dealer for Weissfab in North America.
No, I don't.
You know him? Okay, so I was talking to him about it. I was like, it's weird because it's not like a base level sponsorship wherever you just like put somebody's sticker on your card and you get discount. Like you're it becomes that you're proud to represent that brand for because of everything they stand for.
Yeah,
right?
100%. Like, just I'm not trying to say like I want like free stuff and that, but like just like how great like they've been to everybody. Like I hope that in the future I get to work closer with them myself.
You will.
Like
they like people who step forward and do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ophir. So at first it was just my card. I was sponsored directly by NAPA, but the old 881 like you have deals at NAPA.
Yeah, I have deal at NAPA. I'll run their decal on my livery and stuff. Right.
They help a lot more than just for face value, and so at first we were just sponsoring my car, and now this year they decided to step up and go sponsor Ophir's car. You know what I mean? And like it's just like it's a growing relationship. Ophir has done a lot of things for NAPA as well. Like he always helped trying to set up event for to help with NAPA, like help the branding and shit like that. So Ophir, like you just gotta work like sponsorship relationship is a two-way. It's
a two-way street, right? Like that's a lot of people think like
you
get a sponsor, cool. Like now you get like discounts and all that stuff. It's not how it works when it's actually a real sponsorship. Like
you gotta me and Ophir, whenever they were doing the new NAPA in town, we were so Brent was looking for people to come and help him to just move the shit around. You know what I mean? So he was hiring like temp employees just to help move, and so we offered him like. I don't know. You were not there at that point. So it was me, Joe, Mark, and Ophir that were off. So we offered him. We're like, man, we'll come down and help. Was like, no, don't worry about it. So me and Ophir were like, oh fuck it, we'll go. We'll do something at least. We just bought them like a bunch of donuts, a bunch of coffee, a bunch of pizza, and just dropped it off. You know what I mean? Just like normal little shit like that costs like probably like $30, but it makes their Brent's employees feel so much better about where they work, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then they see that Brent does so much for like shit like us in town that we that we try to pull up a event, and every time we do an event, Brent always texts us. It's like, what do you need from me? You know what I mean? So it just becomes like it's just a really good relationship that we have always had. So we like I said, a sponsor relationship is always two-way trade. And
so always like if you do ever have the opportunity to be sponsored by somebody, always put in the effort for them.
Keep that in mind. So your sponsorship
100%.
will always goes as far as how much effort you're willing to put in. Yeah. It goes like that with drifting, like your career in drifting.
Yeah.
I keep telling you, I kept telling every guys, you'll only make it as far as how much effort you're willing to put in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So we make it like a big thing in 881 to make like our branding and our social media presence like big, because that's how drifting is right now. You need to be able to market yourself. You need to look professional, and that's what attracts like. That's why people think that we're professional, which we're fucking not. Like we're just like regular, just like dumbass kids. But like you know, it's cool. It's just been a really good relationship, and yeah. This is how we started with NAPA. Fuck you. That took a long time to get.
That did. That was a good one, actually. You got anything else? Feed them.
Like I said, all of our sponsors, we've always been super happy to we've worked with a lot of brands, and and Carl told this to somebody one time. I thought was hilarious. That free part that you get from someone is never free. You know what I mean? It's all they always expect something in returns, and
100%.
So we've always been like made sure to represent brand properly and to create content, and like we're dumbass, right? We never did that before, so yeah. We did. There's some deals in the past that we were not like doing enough. That like looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, we could have done better, and we like even right now, like we're trying to do better. You know what I mean? Just like to keep progressing.
There's always the learning curve with it too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, especially when you're first starting out, like you don't really understand it. Like I find like on social media, like some people think just because they have a nice car they deserve sponsorships and all this, but like
that's not it, though.
well, the biggest thing is like sponsors don't sponsor you for you; they sponsor you for them. Like,
yes,
but it's how it's supposed to be, right? Like a company's not just gonna hand over free stuff to somebody just because they have a nice car. They're gonna hand over free stuff with, you know, well, if I'm giving you this, like I want this many posts on social media. I would like, you know, I'd like to be tagged in this.
That'll be in your sponsor agreement. If you I don't know if you've seen them before, but whenever you get Endo like Jesus Christ, I don't know why I can't. But whenever you get Endo like a sponsor agreement, they'll be like, we want our company's tag, we want this particular hashtags. You know what I mean? Just random shit like that.
If you wanna, like, if anyone wants to actually see what like companies expect to actually read it, one that I found is public is Valino Tires. If you want Valino's website and go to their sponsorship, they break down.
GK Tech does it wicked as well, and Status Seats.
Status too. Status is hilarious. With,
Justin is fucking hilarious.
Like clowning people that like DM them, and like I can't say much because I got clowned kind of recently by a company, but like I don't just DM companies saying, hey, sponsor me. Like I kind of did the right approach, but I did it wrong at the same time because they were looking to sponsor BMW. So I sent them my actual
on DM, yeah.
Yeah, but I sent my like breakdown and all that over DM when I should have obviously emailed it to them the proper way, right? So I kind of got.
We can do like a full episode on sponsorship because like I'm interested in shit like that. You know what I mean? I did a full video breaking down like sponsorship, and I talked with KBD, I talked with Ken the Tire.
I've been with a couple companies in stance community, so
yeah.
I know.
Well, whenever we bring you on, we'll do like an actual section of it.
What kind of companies are there for stance? Coilovers?
So.
Bags? That about it? Did I hit them all?
So I was with Bag Riders for like 3 months.
He was with Bag Riders.
For 3 months.
For 3 months.
If you look at my actual Instagram account, you can see like where I was at the time. Like I was with Clean Culture. I've been to Clean Culture events. I've worked with companies.
You've been to H2O.
I've been to H2O. My car didn't see the strip. I've been to H2 though.
Dudes had like your car's an Instagram flex, bro.
I haven't posted on that account in a year.
Yeah, you were massive into social media and stuff.
I dropped off.
You've dropped off majorly. It's probably my fault, apparently, because now you live with me and I constantly have you doing random nonsense. But you also don't have your car here to make any content.
I don't have the car.
Which is sad.
I don't have the car anymore. It is.
The car's dead. The Volkswagen's dead, never to return.
But the best advice I can give, like on sponsorship, don't DM them on Instagram.
Do not DM them on Instagram. They will record it and post it on their page.
The way that I find that works is if you can find their email, like usually they have some kind of email that you can find.
Every company has a contact.
Not all of them. I found out our way.
They have a contact.
I do.
Just getting it.
Yeah. So if you can't find their email, then go to Instagram and ask them like, is there an email?
Ask them for an email.
Yeah.
Don't just send it over Instagram, which was my downfall at that point. But they also made a post looking specifically to sponsor BMW, so I was like, hey, I might as well try.
I still don't suggest ever DMing a company over Instagram.
No, well, I learned my lesson because I wasn't the only one, by the way. They made the video because there was multiple thousands of people that DM'd them about it, and they just screen recorded scrolling through their DMs. But of course, like when they slowed down to scroll again, they stopped it on my name and then they scrolled again. So like it's just like names passing by, and then like he stops for a second and there's my name, and then he scrolls again. So I was like, why me? But I mean, I learned. So
yeah. Anyways, getting It's getting a bit late, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for listening. Fuck man, yeah, it's been like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been like 2 hours.
So thank you, and next time we'll bring the Bozo behind the cameras there.